Oh no, Di. We're back at McRonald's. Or as they keep
Are you
calling
sh-
it the season, McR's, which sounds really close to something we probably shouldn't say.
y- yeah.
Well, yeah, so welcome back to Dubster Dive. We're looking at something's English dub, and you all knew this was coming if you followed our channel at all. We covered season one about a year and a half ago, which you all know the link is going to be the thing if you're watching this on Utaba. Which means we don't have to go over the main cast list. Ha! But it does mean we get to go over a bunch of new people who showed up. And, yeah. Did you like this season at all, Dolly?
It was okay.
Yeah. DLDR, it was an alright season. I saw some people acting like, this is the
Yeah.
worst follow-up season, that was great. I'm sorry, I do not agree with that statement.
I'll get into it more as we go along.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen it yet, I'd still recommend checking it out. If you heard people
Yeah.
say it's garbage, I'd watch it for yourself and form your own opinion on it before I
It's
recommend
at
it.
least worth watching for at least the slice of life episodes.
Yeah, and I still had fun with it. It's okay. I don't regret watching it. But let's get into what season two is and why some people absolutely hate it or might not like it as much. So firstly, the anime was this time by Studio 3HZ, who did SA Alternative spinoff and Flip Flappers, two shows that are very well received actually. But from what you're saying, Dai, the animation is a bit of a downgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it would air in July of 2022, with Core 2 of it airing this year in July of 2023. It just finished, actually. And yeah, the titling of this anime is really stupid and confusing because it's just the devil is a part-timer with an extra exclamation point. So when they announced that, hey, the devil is a part-timer is getting a season 2 late last year, it's like, wait, don't you mean a season 3? Oh, they mean a season 2 for this particular adaptation because it has two exclamation marks. Whoever titled it's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. At least they were smart enough to give this adaptation 24 episodes, because it would have been an unbearable mess if
Yeah,
not.
it already feels like they're rushing through some things at times. It would have been much worse.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over the plot, well, kind of, the basic setup, but there will be minor spoilers. Well, this season follows, we get introduced to Amelia's mother, some chick named Lila, who's an angel. And you find out that she apparently saved Mal when he was a child and gave him something known as the Shard of Yusod, which ended up coming back and becoming a baby named Alice Ramis that Mal and Emmy have to take care of now. And yeah. Also, you find out that the angels are just humans with celestial powers, which kind of throws everything into whack. And it goes from there. MES finds out that Mal actually didn't kill her father, that he's alive. This is all within the first core, by the way, before it was this massive blah, blah, blah. So the main thing is her finding out her purpose, since now her revenge against Satan is pseudo pointless. And you've got people showing up from Ente Isla looking for the shards of Yusod, because there's multiple of them, not just Alice Ramis. And other demons showing up to finding out what Mal's been up to. Same old, same old. And there's war about to brew in Ente Isla between the church and the humans. And
Again.
again! And that's basically the setup for it. There's a lot of stuff at play here, which is why I said it felt a little rushed at times, because like we could have spent more time on some of this stuff. But yeah, so going from that, the animation. Now we could finally talk more about it.
It is passable.
Hmm.
It is very by the numbers animation, and also they get very lazy at times.
Yeah, I know a lot of people said the characters look off model at points, which is something a lot
Yep.
of people had trouble getting used to at first. You know, from season one.
Yeah.
But hey, anime shit isn't everything. Like, look at the Tokyo Revengers. Doesn't have God tier from what everyone says, but it makes up for it in every other regard. Does this show do that? I mean, the OST is the exact same. Didn't change that at all, at least. And the story
Yeah.
is okay. That's going to be the whole theme
Yeah,
of
it
this one,
just
isn't
feels
it?
like a continuation, but it feels like something is off and you can't quite place it. That's what it
Yeah,
feels like watching this.
yeah. Which I
It's like
guess,
something is off, you just can't quite place.
yeah, which the same as for a lot of sequels. Now that I think about it, isn't it?
It's like it's like maybe some key staff member that worked in the previous one was needed to make
I
it
know, if I
feel
remember right,
closer.
looking it up, a lot of the key staff were the same, like a carryover. I could be wrong on that though. But I will say one thing that is definitely worth talking about. That's the dub. So ADR director this time is Jeremy Inman, and the script also changed hands, and oh my god, we are going to get into that. In fact, we're going to do something that we haven't really done here and flip it around. Normally we go over the script first. We're going to save that for last because the script is the biggest fucking issue of the dub.
Oh my
So, yeah. The script this time, though, I will say the writers, Macy Ann Johnson took over, which I think she's the one in charge of Freerun right now, Beyond Journey's End.
yes.
So I am not going to blame her for this one. I'm pretty sure it was the script producer who's Colleen Clinkenbeard. In fact, I'm 99% certain with some of the lines in here that I will get to in a bit. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen Freerun yet, you guys should check it out. It's actually really good. But yeah. Now, let's get to the cast list. First, we have some replacements, which the two that we have here are massive upgrades. Chiho's mother, it was Jamie Markey, but now it's Stephanie Young. Nico Robin from One Piece. Vanessa for Ep 83 of Black Clover? The fuck? And
I don't remember that.
and Claire from Claymore. Which you might ask, why didn't we cover that for the Halloween season? Because we covered Goblin Slayer. Only one Berserk-inspired IP for Halloween season. We'll cover it next year. Promise. And I honestly, massive improvement. What I think is funny is they probably didn't even remember Chiho's mom had a voiced couple of lines in season one.
They 100% didn't.
Yeah, but and I think that's great. Also, Sario, who's the angel from season one, that was
Yeah.
an attempted rapist. He's fat now, by the way, because he gorged himself on Kisaki's, the manager of McDonald's, food. Because he's in love with her now. He
Yeah.
was Scott Freeman. I think you all know why he's replaced. Now,
They would. I mean, it is these people. They would find a way.
oh, they totally would if it wasn't for the fact that they know the internet would probably be put. Actually, never mind. I don't think they'd care. But
They don't.
yeah, now it's Kyle Neshi, who's Ron Maru from Dead Mount Deathplay, and Kirsch Vermillion from Black Clover. Basically, Sariel and Kirsch are very similar. And Kyle is typecasted here.
He plays these characters a lot.
He really does. Dude, he literally makes the comment that him and Kisuke, because he was he's the manager of Kentucky Fried Chicken, that they're the Romeo and Juliet of the fast food world. So I don't have any complaints for him. He's actually good. Now for our newer characters, we have Alice Ramis, the Apple Baby, as people have called her, voiced by Sarah Wiedenhaft, who's Al Hari from Al-Chan Can Study, and Hina from Plunderer. Remember Plunderer Die? Weren't they making a big deal out of that show when the season had aired?
a show that didn't know what it wanted to, but that's a different story.
Fine, Zeno from Dragon Ball Super. There's an iconic role you people probably know her as. And, I mean, she's typecasted. She always plays these types of characters. Probably because it's what she's best at voicing as. So, it's a cutesy baby that talks in baby speak. What do you want from me?
There's not much to say.
Yeah. And as mentioned, she's a shard of Yusod that turned into a baby. What is Yusod, you might ask? I could mention that here, actually, because I didn't bring that up before. Yusod is basically a world creation jewel that broke into a million pieces. Or whatever, so... And
Millions
some of
of
them...
pieces.
Millions of pieces! And some of them became, people. Like the baby here. And she confuses Emmy and Mal for her mom and dad, so you all know the typical thing you'd expect from this, like you're watching a fucking sitcom.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, I don't want to make complaints about Sarah's performance as the baby, since that's what she always plays. This character.
Babies?
Yes! After her, we have Amane. No, not the Yuri Lowenthal cross-dresser dude from Blaze Blue. Amane, who's the landlady's niece in this series. She also runs her own shop on the beach that they have to work at for an arc. She's voiced by Danny Chambers, who's Chisei from Ancient Magus Bride, and Bella from the Bem franchise. The latest anime remake, I just remembered, wasn't there like 3 adaptations of that?
Was that supposed to get a movie?
It did. We just never watched it because we kept getting sidetracked with other shit. But it did. And I don't have any complaints either. Like, I don't have any complaints about the dub performances themselves, as mentioned.
Or since you're going to eventually time for the arbitrary Genshin mention, she is Nilu.
We have other people credit for that. I'm pretty sure further down, but yes,
yeah.
Fair. She's Nilu in Genshin. And yeah,
half the other people would be Honkai, but it's a different story.
And you might ask, is she a weirdo like her aunt, the landlady? Kind of, but she's the fun-loving kind of weirdo,
yeah.
You know. You also find out she might be related to Entei Isla in some way.
No shit.
Yeah. Now, after her, we have Asiath Ala, who's voiced by Megan Shipman, Alba from New Game, best girl in that series, and Ares from Astro Lost in Space. Fine, Anya and Spy Family. And Asiath is the younger sister of Alice Ramis, another shard of the Yusod. And yes, I said younger sister, that is a running joke, because she looks like she's 10 years older. Are you as confused by that as me, Di? By that as I am?
No, they just love doing this stupid shit in anime.
They do. Anyway, another cutesy, lolly-esque character, which Megan plays a lot of, so not much to say. But moving on from that, we have Emmy's mom, Lila, the angel, voiced by Morgan LeRae Garrett, which I always credit her as, because it's always weird.
Because she's always inconsistent.
Who's Coconut from the Nekopara anime, and Aki from Asamune's Revenge. Unless you want to throw in another old eye, I don't know. She's also not there as much as you'd think, even though she's on the main cast list. I went through the show a second time before we did this. She's in like maybe 4 or 5 eps.
Yeah, she really isn't in much.
But you know who is? Our next character, who I couldn't wait for us to get to.
Oh, God.
Alright, so I organize these in groups now. Now we're on the group of antags here, which the angel group. First is the main one, Gabriel. The guardian angel of the Yusod, so he's trying to track down the shards to bring them back to heaven. He's voiced by Ian Sinclair, Whis from Dragon Ball Super, and Brook from One Piece. Yeah, I was feeling lazy with the credits on that one, not gonna lie.
Might as well just say Rashid since his DLC came out a few months ago.
There you go. And I mean, you said he talks like kind of like Yamcha.
He does.
Yeah, he's got the surfer dude thing. He's like, yeah, bruh. And I am 100% certain that's dub only. Also, the characters nickname him Gaby Baby, and there is no way there was no one sitting in the booth saying, Gaby. Because the second we heard that, even we were giggling. It's like, no, there is no way. Come on.
And he's consistently called that for the rest of the show by the rest of them.
Gaby Baby.
Pretty sure it's Lucifer who coins that
It is.
nickname.
Yeah, it is. And then Mal starts calling him it. But yeah, if you want, like, one of his lines when he first shows up, he's like, you better give over that baby, capiche? Then he goes, man, I sound like a wise guy. I'm an angel, not a gangster. But yeah, Ian did good. He's great as Gabriel. After him, we have Ragiel, who's known as the Watcher Angel. His whole gimmick is he can cast Final Judgment and banish an angel down into the fallen realm or whatever, which can potentially kill the angel. He's voiced by Ben Bomacita. See, there's the Genshin thing. He's Kave and Genshin Impact. Also, he's Ben.
You're running a bit right now.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, he's Kave and Genshin. And he's Ben and Benjamin Shadow's house. They got Ben to voice Ben.
Yes.
That's not even funny. And, yeah, he's, the scene he first shows up in, he speaks Spanish in a Japanese store or whatever, and Mal has to go up and talk to him in Spanish. So you get this full scene where they're talking to each other in Spanish, which is kind of impressive, not gonna lie. Good job on Josh there with Mal. And then you see him leave the store and he's talking to someone. He's like, why did you tell me Spanish was the dominant language in Japan? I look like an idiot. This is his whole career as voicing characters that get fucked over by life, isn't it?
Yeah. You just look at Kave.
Yeah. He's also fine. I should mention all of our main characters do good too. All the people returning, they fit right back into their roles. If I was going to ask how they did. But now for the last angel, Kamuel, who's voiced by Zal Kramer, who's Gleipnir from Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts, and Doriade from Fairy Tail. And these are his only 3 named roles. That's it. And his whole thing is saying, kill Satan, kill Satan. That's his whole character.
Just use any of those 3 words in any order.
Yeah, he just shouts Satan a bunch of different ways and kill in a bunch of different ways. So... They even make jokes saying, dude, you really need to expand your vocabulary a bit.
He does.
Now on to the demon faction. So first we have Kamio, who's he's the one who takes over for whenever Mao isn't there to command the demon armies. Voiced by Ben Bryant, who's oh, there we go. Zetsu from Back Arrow.
Yes.
Yes, you all need to watch Back Arrow. He's also the narrator in Hell's Paradise. And yeah, Kamio, he has an oldie time accent and voice. And then his voice gets higher pitched when he runs out of energy because he turns into a bird. And he says tweet, tweet after every sentence. There's even
because he's a bird?
Yep. And Mal says, would you stop saying tweet, tweet? You sound like a damn pokature. Are you a pokature, Dai?
You can tell what they wanted to say.
Mm-hmm. Also, why did it list him as a main character when he's only in 3 episodes?
Because cast lists are stupid like that.
Fair enough. Now for the next demon, Farfarello. He's coming to find out what the hell Satan's been up to in the human world. I almost said world of the living. Been watching too much Bleach. Yeah. Voiced by Chris Wakehamp, Eraserhead from MHA, and Simon Hunt from Ghostsick. Nomi, is that you?
Yeah, you've been spending too much time in the Soul Society.
You're right. And, yeah, he wants to instill fear into humans to convince Satan to come back. So he abducts Chiho, because Chiho's whole thing is getting abducted. Actually, shit, her whole thing is getting abducted!
It really is.
Even though this season she finds a way to...
So much for her training arc.
Where her whole thing is, like, she wanted to train just so she could warn them when she was abducted in case they couldn't contact her. Which I guess she does. But hey, she learns how to use a magic bow. And we all know archers are hot. What?
What?
You can't disagree with me. You wife would want a goblin slayer. Anyway, back on topic. So yeah, he's fine. And with him, he also has Iron, who's a Shota samurai, another shard of the Yesod that has a human form. Voiced by Rowan Gilvey, who I've never heard of before now, but apparently she's Wizard Boy from Goblin Slayer Season 2. And Mikon from Demon Lord Retry. Oh, hey, that's something I could watch with Nomi. And make him suffer. I mean, make him enjoy. Now,
I'll pass. Saying it once was enough for me.
Yeah, so Iron is a monotone character. Not much to really go off of with her performance as him. Can't really say anything here. This type of character that almost anyone could probably voice. But, you know.
A character that wasn't really even there that much to begin with.
Yeah. After
even
him...
less to get off of them.
Yeah, after him we have Libby Coco, who's the other one who attacks Chiho in the very next arc. Damn it, Chiho. He's voiced by Reagan Murdoch, who's Aki from Chainsaw Man, and Alvin from Don't Hurt Me, My Healer. And his gimmick is gets angry if people mispronounce his name, like Chiho calling him Libby Coconut. Or
that was
Libby
the closest she ever got.
Yeah, no, she eventually gets it right, and he says, there, see, you can say it right. And Reagan's actually a really good voice actor. I'm glad he's getting more work. I do like him a lot. Not in that way, come on.
Especially in The Legendary Hero is Dead.
God, he was such a weirdo in that show. He's a weirdo here, too. But yeah. And the last one to go over out of our new characters is Norn, who's Emmy's dad, voiced by Jeff Plunk, who's Basil from Dragon Ball Super. Go ahead.
Basil Exposition.
I knew it. And Gaja from Black Clover. And yeah, he's also okay, I guess. Some of his lines sound like Marcus Steamack to me. They always do. I get these two mixed up a few times. I don't know why.
Marcus, what the fuck?
Now, as far as random silliness with the dub replacements, there were a few. Alice Ramos was replaced in Ep 15. Lucifer was replaced in Ep 15 by Matt Shipman, who...
Again?
Who was Senku in one episode of Dr. Stone Season 3, because he's their go-to when replacing Aaron Dismuke for some reason.
I mean, they could do a lot worse.
Yeah. Also, Olba was not Mark Stoddard for a couple of episodes. I don't know who the fuck it was, just like I don't know who replaced Sarah Wiedenheft for that one episode. And Ep 19...
My biggest question of this whole series is how the fuck is Alba still alive?
I don't know how Olba's still alive either. He's a cockroach. We're gonna get to the cockroach stuff thing in a minute. It's gonna be relevant. Trust me.
Cock.
Also, Chiho was replaced in Ep 19 by Jill Harris. So, hey, I'm just saying, regardless, Chiho is still voiced by a hot voice actress either way. Why are you looking at me like that?
Not looking at you like anything.
You're shaking your head at me now. I could tell.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
I mean, honestly, the best replacement is probably Matt as Aaron. They do sound similar enough. You could still notice, but it's not to the point of, but the others do sound like you need to get a little used to or whatever. Also, they announced Chris Sabat as Albert for episode 1 all the way back on the first cast list, even though he wasn't in that episode at all and doesn't show up to like ep 20 or so. The fuck?
Yeah.
What was it? Did he just barge in there, put my name on the cast list? Self-important asshole. Well, it sounds like something he'd do.
It does.
But for the moment you've all been waiting for, we're going to go over the script and why the script, I might even title this part on YouTube, I'm not sure yet, when localization goes too far. So we're going to go over the good times it happens and the bad. And there is a lot of bad. First, I didn't mention this, Alice Ramos' thing of nicknaming people, so she calls Chiho Chimi. That was fine. I'm pretty sure the Weebanies probably did something similar. You had subtitles on, didn't you?
Yeah. I think that was I think that was also right. What an honorifics thing.
Yeah. So, they have the same terms from season 1, like FYI and stuff. I don't have a problem with that in particular.
It's not a problem if they're doing it for consistency's sake.
Yeah.
But oh no.
Oh, first we got
much worse.
Yeah. So the first one about the cockroaches. This one's actually pretty funny. So they keep referring to roaches as Batella gomerica. I cannot pronounce that. It's the Latin term for cockroaches. And apparently Mal and them are all scared of cockroaches, except Belle, who literally uses her light of iron to kill the damn thing. Is that necessary?
It's a cockroach.
Yeah, Emmy calls it a cockroach, and Lucifer says, "Don't call it a sea roach. It sounds too pervy. Whoever named that thing knew what they were doing." I mean, that one's pretty funny, actually.
Cock.
Also, Mal calls Emmy a part of the itty bitty hero committee, saying they don't have bra sizes in Pancake, do they?
I feel like we've been here before, and we have.
Yeah, trust me, it comes back to that because Emmy calls Mal part of the itty bitty pity committee like 15 eps later. Oh, come on, that one's just lazy now, what are you referencing? But hey, at least Chiho's happy everyone else around her is flat and she's not. Also, I didn't even bring this up, they turned Chiho up to 11 this season.
They did.
She is borderline yandere.
I wouldn't even say borderline. She crosses that line in the episode you try to make me rewatch to see if we can find out what the replacement was.
Yeah, where anytime Mal is talking to another woman or whatever, or Emmy, she gets extremely jealous.
She gets
to the
that
point
murderous yandere aura.
Now that's kind of hot. What, you guys never waifud Yuno Gasai?
I mean, I'm sure some of them did, but they're weird.
Don't worry, guys. It's okay. I'm with you on this one. Anyway, yeah, so... Now, there's another scene where Rika and Ashia... Oh, I didn't even bring that up. Rika and Ashia, you know, Rika, Emmy's friend, voiced by Alexis Tipson from last season, she gets a lot more screen time this season. She might as well be a main character now. But yeah, her and Ashia are pseudo-shipped now, and I do like that aspect of this season. I think that one worked. Because that one did feel a bit natural to me, at least. But yeah, they're stalking Mal and Emmy when they're at the amusement park with the baby. And Chiho even points this out, saying, "Isn't this basically stalking? You're nothing more than a stalker." And Rika just says, "Oh, my child, I am not a stalker. I am a voyeur." You might say, what is the problem? Oh, no, I'm trying to do the good stuff. So, yeah.
Because there's plenty of other stuff to go through.
Yeah, Emmy acting like kind of a bitch a bit at the park, and a guy even just thinks to himself, "Man, what a Karen." Yeah, that's definitely a dub-only term.
Yeah.
That definitely. Are you a Karen guy?
No.
Oh, let's see. Mal's saying he's gonna kick ass and take names. Yeah. Also, Mal saying to Emmy, "Well, excuse me, princess." Yes, in the exact same tone.
They
I
weren't
mean,
even trying with half this shit.
they really weren't. I mean, there was one that was really funny where a random passerby sees Emmy and Gabriel flying in the air, or whatever. It just says to themselves, "Yeah, it must be the drugs." What? I mean, that's a
Definitely the drugs.
oh, Sariel referring to the baby as a baby. Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. Adam Cole, baby. That's what I kept thinking. Let's see. Someone referring to Lucifer as a fallen angel, and he says, "You'll be falling on these hands." Yep. Emmy calling Mal and Company the League of Mediocre Gentlemen. Yeah. I mean, this line coming up is pretty funny though. It's when Emmy is stopping a bunch of thieves from plundering something, and she says, "You think lives are worth risking for money? Then your asses are about to become my ATM." And then I just thought of Persona 5 and started laughing. What?
He'll never he keeps bringing it up.
I can't, dude. I'm sorry. Oh, also a moment where Mal calls Rika Rico. How do they keep fucking up the name Rika? At least it's nowhere near as bad as Lika and Higurashi Go or Sotsu. I'm never letting that go. Um, let's see. I don't. Oh, yeah. I already did the itty bitty committee one. Gabriel saying, "You meddling kids almost got away with it too." You remember that one, Di?
Yes, unfortunately I do.
Mm. I'm saving the worst ones for last because they're coming up. We're about at the worst ones. There's a scene where actually Belle has to chant Latin in order to open the gate. So that was pretty cool, I guess. When I feel like how difficult must it be to learn another language and actually chant in that shit? I didn't even bring up Entei Eastland. There's a lot less of that this season, thankfully. You know why I'm
Yeah.
saying that.
We don't watch animes to read. That's
Yeah,
what manga is. Fuck.
yeah,
Or
like
outlets.
yeah, I'm happy they did because the last like 6 episodes are spent in Entei Isla. So if they spoke like that the entire time, holy shit. Look, I love jobless reincarnation, but those like few episodes on the Demon Continent were fucking painful for me to get through personally for obvious reasons. Just saying. Also, Bell chanting Latin reminded me of Diaz Irae, because they have to chant Latin in that game to go into the Berea state. That's their
I know you use
Bankai
every
form.
opportunity to bring up Jerry's here. I know.
I have to. I'm sorry.
It's always about Nazis with you.
No, it is not. The strutting joke needs to die. Oh, I didn't even bring that up, by the way. So before we get to the last thing with the script, they didn't redub the recap flashback of episode 18 with Chiho's voice. So it cuts from Chiho being voiced by Tia Ballard immediately to the next sentence where she's voiced by Jill Harris. It is jarring as fuck. And there are numerous times they do this, by the way, if you pay attention when watching the dubs, if you notice a voice replacement. Like one of the times we noticed
Yeah.
it was in Handyman Set in Another World. They did it there too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, they
again
did.
like okay, I get if you don't want to redub the recaps because that's time wasted or whatever. But if you're swapping out a voice actor for a week, then redub the fucking recap. Otherwise, it's really dumb. But yeah, so now on to Rika, who, if anyone got script fucked the hardest, it's her. And this is how I know this was a Colleen decision. Because I brought this up before. Colleen going on about how women empowerment is a problem in anime, which that is complete bullshit, by the way. But Rika sees Belle and Lucifer flying off, and she has a talk with Ashia and Nord in this scene. First, she asks how. She's like, oh, it's an energy drink. Rika first says that's not what they mean by saying it gives you wings.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the first one, and it's you might ask, well, what is the whole Wave Power thing? It's coming up. So this is in the same episode. A couple minutes later, she starts shouting at Norn to explain everything about Inte Isla. Norn's like, you are a very scary lady. Rika shouts, watch it, Pops. We don't call ladies scary around here. The appropriate term is empowered. Got it?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think y'all can understand why I rolled my eyes at that. Like, fuck off whoever put that in there. And I know, I'm 99% certain it wasn't Macy and Johnson's doing with who supervised the script, like I said. So, I am not blaming the voice actors for the script either. I'm sure a couple were improv here and there, but remember, that does have to be approved at the end of the day. So, whoever was at fault for that, though, you're a prick. Well, that's basically it. Localization. Got a little out of hand.
When localization goes too far.
And I've said, yeah, localization is a complicated issue. Sometimes it's like, okay, I get it. You know, you had to change something because it's too deeply entrenched in Japanese culture, or we wouldn't really get the reference or joke every now and again. There is some instances where it, and obviously the honorific thing. Not everything needs to be localized like Persona with Chan and Senpai. And unless you're my tiny senpai, then it makes sense.
Yeah, if it's literally in the title of your show, you kind of have to use them.
Yeah, see, that works. But then there's the opposite end where it goes way too fucking far, and this, I feel, did, in my opinion at least. I don't know.
You have passed the sound cadence territory, and you've veered way off.
Couple of cookers, a dude shouting poggers.
No.
That made you so mad when we first heard that.
That's what it feels like to die of cringe.
That being said, though, the voice acting itself, like I said, I still think was good. Everyone fit right back into their natural roles. And yeah, it felt like an okay follow-up. That said, at the end of the day, this was just okay. If season 1 was like an 8 or a 9, this is like a 6, maybe a 6.5. It's not terrible. I still think it's worth watching at least once.
Yeah. It falls apart during the action scenes because they're rushing through them.
Which is a real shame because season 1 had the balance perfectly thing going on. Because there's a lot of episodes, I sat through it again, where it's like, okay, are we building to any action? Oh, we are building to action! And then the action's just wrapped up real quick. So,
Building up to some action. The action lasted 4 seconds. By action. The fuck?
yeah. Especially when there's a couple of episodes where it feels like they could have cut a couple of scenes as well. There's weird shit like that. Again, they're not terrible. I didn't hate this as much as a lot of people did. Well, that's all you thought. Far as the MVP, I mean, the main cast all did good, so nothing to really say there. And we all know that Shiho is best girl, right, Dolly?
What?
What? I already said this last time. People already know.
And who would have thought after all these months later you'd still be wrong?
Yandere Chiho is best Chiho. But I was gonna do it. This is very alright. If they make a season 3, 4, whatever the fuck, still check it out. It's not at the point of like, gonna drop it now, it's Garbo, but it doesn't seem like anything's been announced at the moment.
Yeah.
Can you believe, by the way, speaking of follow-up seasons that weren't well received, Shield Heroes seems like it might have redeemed itself?
Yeah.
I didn't see that plot twist coming.
That episode 1 is surprisingly alright compared to the entirety of the last season.
Alright, it'll be a little farther in by the time people watch this.
Just
But,
remember one thing: spirit tortoise.
that's not even related to the show anymore. Damn it, Di. That's not what they mean by saying it gives you wings. I'll say my name right. It's Lippy Coco.
That is how you face plant with a reference. It's like, that is way too fucking specific.
Couldn't do anything better. But yeah. So this was up to two examples. When localization goes too far, and when I feel personally people overreact and say something's great as shit. Then again, maybe
at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But who knows? You know, I'm someone who thought Masamune's Revenge was a guilty pleasure. So I don't know. Maybe I'm the retarded one. Someone can let me know down below or whatever.
Because you probably learned to appreciate this stuff because you hated it the first season when it first came.
Well, we're just rambling for the sake of rambling now. This got long enough. Part-Timer S2. Let us know what you thought, and if you agree, or if you hated it. If so, please tell us why. Let us know what you think of it. And, yeah. And remember, if you go to Japan, Spanish is not the dominant speaking language there.
It's the only language.
No, don't listen. Well, till next time, guys. We'll be back with something, whatever it might be. And shop at a McDonald's near you or something. Thanks again for watching. Hope you all have a good day.